company is ILEG Technology Screens. The reason why we're doing this live stream is because it's something you have to see. Now, as I said before, we're the ones who developed black technology. We were doing it 8 years ago. So we've ran just about every test you could possibly think on a black screen. And this is why these tests are very important and must be done. Because again, you could run the risk of getting a product in that could end up being so dark you literally can't see the screen. And this is mean colors will have issues, white levels will have issues. It'll be just an assortment of problems you're definitely going to have. So this is just going to be a waste of time and money if it's not done right. Black screens are required a lot of testing due to the fact that it's a difficult screen to try to sell because it's black. And you're going to have to show that you've been in the business for a while, that you have a good streak of doing these tests and demonstrations. If you're new to this and you're coming out with a black screen, and it's going to be difficult for you to sell it due to the fact that you don't have enough testing. That's why it requires a lot of testing when we do these demonstrations. We have that FLE technology. It absorbs sunlight. We had to do tons of demonstrations of that screen outside over and over and over again. It's showing every level that it reads and it picks up outside. This is one of the tests that's required of a black screen. Now, this is why I explain to people that the black on black test demonstrations are very important. Mind you, companies will challenge you in court on this stuff. People think I'm joking about that stuff. No, I'm dead serious. Companies will read through your stuff and it will take you to court. Or just about anything they can possibly think of, especially if they feel at the end of the day that they're going to mess with you, or they feel that the bottom line is that you may become competition for them. Do we consider this SIRIUS C competition? No, heck no. It doesn't even turn black. We literally have demonstrations of the screen not turning black being tested by a fellow by the name of Solid Wake 5, or aka Daniel McAfee. Tested this thing twice and it didn't work. Thing came out literally gray. So that's a major red flag that the person who's making this stuff doesn't know what they're doing. The other part of it is he tried to make some free mix. It was Vaseline or oil he put into it. We made it. That stuff was an absolute hot mess. Mind you, if someone had painted to their screen, it would damage the screen. So I'm going to show you something here. So what we have here, this is everyday black paint. Everyday black paint. That's what we have right there. And next to that is a white surface. So what I'm going to do first is hook up my projector, add power to it. This is why you have to do white level tests on lumen projectors. This is why you have to do tests on black versus black. All these tests are very important because you don't have these tests, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And this product test has to be done before the product is sold. So if you are selling something and you haven't properly tested it, somebody is bound to challenge you. That's why we can make that statement about, say, hey, look, you know, $1 million in court if you screw up, because we can make that statement. Now, as you're looking here, you're looking at the black paint and the white surface. Now, keep in mind, for those people who do, let's put my fan over here. Really? Why are my fans out? My fan should not be out. Why is my fan out? Oh, that's just peachy. It's cool. My system on the floor. Alright, man. Check something here. Why is my system out? There we go. I don't know why that wasn't on. Alright. So basically, this is everyday black paint. Everyday black paint you get from Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, from the everyday black paint. And we got a white surface next to it. Now, for those people saying, well, your product does the same thing. Actually, no, it doesn't. See, this is where you get yourself in a lot of trouble in court with a company if you made that statement. This would cost you a lot of money, and I'll show you why. As you can see, you're probably thinking that black paint will do the exact same thing our product can do. This right here is black paint. That's a white surface. This is the problem we saw with Danny's paint. Danny's paint changes colors. At one point, he claims it's black, but it turns gray. And then without the paint down demonstrations, automatically turns black, which we saw that happen in one of the demonstrations. The screen he was painting down a larger version on the floor was having streak issues, and we could see the streaks of gray pushing back and forth, but automatically through the editing it turned black. And then the screen he was painting down with the exact same product in the bucket didn't turn black, it was gray. There you go, that's one red flag. There's the second one right here. So as you can see, you're looking at that saying, okay, that right there is doing the same thing, right? All right, just pull it over here for our screen. Let's see where's that power button. There we go. Any black surface at the end of the day can read a contrast level. That's very easy. The problem you're going to have is it has to be able to accept white light. If it can't read white light, one of the problems you're going to have is the screen's going to come up dirty, very dirty. And when you have screens sitting on standalones with nothing else to compare it to, and don't take a white surface, anything beats a white surface. I can take a dozen versions of gray paint and do the exact same thing any gray screen can do. Any gray screen, the exact same thing. Because the gray screen's slightly darker, it's going to pick up better, a little better color. It's going to pick up a little better contrast, gray shades, not black. So that's an automatic given from any gray paint. What you're going to have to prove in your demonstration is that your gray product pulls up better contrast and color than any other gray paints. That's what they call gray versus gray. On our terms, it's black versus black. All right, so let's come over here first. And let's get my mouse to activate on my here. Come back over here. I'm going to pause this here. Come over and grab this one here. We have here. I'm going to grab a red screen, put this side over here. So, Rogers, message to you. Open your shopping cart. As a matter of fact, put the state of Pennsylvania back in. You got until the end of the month to have it back in there because we're going to purchase your item directly from here, from our building, over to where you're at. If you're afraid to put your address down, don't worry. We actually know exactly where you lay your head at the end of the day for the lawsuits. So if you want to use the post office box, I don't care. But put your state back in. You have 1 month to apply at the end of the day. Or again, we'll start taking you to court for some things you don't want at the end of the day, showing that you were committing mass fraud on your website and you're not able to back up your product. And this can get you in a ton of trouble. So I would advise you basically put the state of Pennsylvania back in. You got 1 month to get it done. See, this is why at the end of the day, you don't challenge us. Don't do that. Well, don't do stuff like that. This will get you in trouble. Then you know what kind of people, you know stuff that we do at the end of the day. So you got 1 month to put it back in. Now, if you don't put it back in, I'll make a phone call. I'll have somebody basically buy in your own state, where I'll make you cancel out in your own state. You know how bad that's going to make you look at the end of the day? So put Pennsylvania back in so you can buy your product and bring it over here. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's sad. You got to tell somebody that at the end of the day. You put the state back in because they're afraid that their product has not been properly tested. Because, Mr. Rogers, we get that product over here and we do a slew of testing and we show that it's missing all these tests that are very, very vital and why they must be done. You're in a lot of trouble. That means you sold a product, especially a black screen that requires more testing than any other surface. You sold it on basic lies. You're still going to have to go through that whole range gain nonsense because, again, we don't even know what that stuff is. No one knows what it is. And it's funny because the people who bragged that said they had the product, we've asked them and they've discontinued their YouTube accounts. Are now missing. So, what's going on? Either you get me that information or I'll drag your scrawny behind in a courtroom and my lawyers will make you say what we want you to say. Because you'll be under oath. So, figure it out. 24 hours, there we go, our red screen right there. Now, same red screen, black surface. Let's take it off of this. Let's bring it over here. This is what you're missing. I'm going to unplug this. We don't need this there. There we go. I'm going to stick this right over here against my screen over here. Against the black paint. You see that, Mr. Rogers? This is why I explained to you that you don't know what you're doing. Now, anyone can take black paint and send on a standalone and say, hey, look, we've discovered his product. This will get you a lawsuit over $10 million. You understand how bad these lawsuits will get. You'll also be going to jail for fraud against my business because we will take it to federal court. I do this to you in a courtroom, your life is over. Do you understand me? You have to understand the situation you will get yourself into. As I told you before, this is my field. This is what I study. I've done this test dozens and dozens and dozens of times. It's a test requirement. It shows at the end of the day that you can maintain a better color level than white, of course, because some people think white screens pull better color. But yet the black surface, the black paint, the everyday black paint on a standalone makes it look like you're actually pulling a decent image, but you're not. You're pulling a very dirty image. And that's what its product is doing, because we're seeing it through videos. We're seeing that his red levels, white levels, all that's coming up dirty. But you got it on a standalone. So when you stuck it next to a white piece of paper, you figured that, hey, I can show I'm doing the same thing. No, you're not doing the same thing, because you never did any black versus black demonstration, so you don't know how your product would react to everyday black paint. Bet you I get it over here, I put it against that black paint, I bet you it matches your product. See? Simple. Easy. Now, just to show you how fast I can back things up in a courtroom and how bad it can get. So, a screen like this, which is everyday black paint, and for the customers, to warn you at the end of the day, be careful of these scam products. These people are making these false claims that they're making black paint. They don't have any testing. So if you were to buy that product and take it home, you will notice that your projector is going to be picking up very dark levels. If your screen's going to come out very, very dirty. So you're going to have a number of problems. On top of that, outside they do absolutely horrible. So again, you have to be to read high white levels. You can't take any black paint or any black fabric or anything and say it's the same as ours, because this will land you a lawsuit over $10 million. And I don't care if you don't have it, we're going to take it out of you one way or another. And if we can possibly get some jail time in there by showing that we need to use you as an example, because the other people that did stuff, we're going to use them to pay the payment on getting people jail time. Because, you know, we've had problems with people, and Your Honor, this is what we had to go through, and I want to make sure they feel the same thing as they do. We don't want to make sure we show that we're lightening up on anybody, so we need you to get them some jail time. So whether it be a year, 2 years, I don't care, as long as you're inside. Because once you're in there, you're going to learn a whole different life experience. That's what I want you to understand, the regrets of messing up your life. So, again, if you think at the end of the day that taking some black paint, Mr. Fernando, which you're in a worse situation, because, again, the lawsuits and stuff we have for you, there's nothing compared about what you're about to go through. So, again, we don't care. We're never going to see you ever again anyway, and no one else is going to see you ever again, so who cares? Anyway, but getting back to Rogers, your black paint is a fake. That's why you banned our state of Pennsylvania of over 12-something million people. You've returned $700 of my money back to my banking account because, again, you can't back it up. You lost the PayPal claim because you tried to sit on the money, and we got PayPal to release the funds to us because we requested the item, not the item, not the money, and you gave back the money. So, yeah. And that screen's transparent. That's a whole different form of technology, by the way. Not even black, it's invisible technology. Because we know trolling, oh, but the screen in the back, that's transparent. That's a different type of technology. That screen can go outside and hit direct sunlight. This one will not. Know your stuff at the end of the day before you come on my channel. Don't embarrass yourself. See, I had to come on here and do this little video real quick. Let's just show you how bad it can get. Let me show you something real quick. Watch this, watch this. This is going to be fun. Let's go pull up a white snowstorm on this one. Where am I on this? I'm controlling this one right here. All right, let's just dig into a white snowstorm. So bring this in. These standalone screens. They always do the standalones all the time and try to say, oh, we got the same thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. They get you in a courtroom, sitting in a hot seat, swear your oath on the Bible. Don't mess up. That's a 7-year prison sentence if we catch you lying. So don't get caught up in situations like that. Your stuff is not tested. You're missing a ton of tests that are required for black technology. Okay, let's put some whites. Let's see. Snow screensaver. Now, the question is going to be asked in court for him is any of your product tested before sold? which means you're going to have to show this. If not, we can get you for a lot of stuff in there. I mean, you get that consumer fraud pops up on you, and you're talking about a cool maybe 20 years in jail. And judging by your age, you're not going to be able to handle that. So you better figure out something. Pulling your website's not going to help you. We already filed against you. I'm just doing this video to show you what's going to happen to you in court. All right, we'll get a nice little... Is that the snowstorm going on in the background? The one we want? Yeah, that's what I want right there. I'm not doing 30. I'll do 5. All right, so we get a nice little snowstorm. Get over here. Get back and forth. There we go. Now, look at that, and you're saying, hey, but that's the black paint's doing the same as his product. It's pulling a white level. Yeah, okay. It's on a standalone, that's why. Let's see. Oh, that's one for outer space. We'll check that out later on. Here we go. Same demonstration. Over here. Now, we'll take that surface. So be careful when you make that statement and say, hey, it's the same thing. It's the same product. We find you. We find your video. We double copy of it. You will lose everything you have. Because that's the whole object of the lawsuits. To hit you so we can take everything from you. Don't put yourself in this situation. Now, again, I'm going to say this one time. We find your video. Any of my programmers, any of my buddies, my IT boys, they find your video. Your life is screwed. You understand me? You get a letter in there that has my company's name sitting on it, you might as well just jump off the side of a bridge because it's going to be that bad when we drag you into a courtroom. I will do this to you in a courtroom. You will owe me literally so much money. You would have to die 6 times over just to break even on the interest. And I mean, we're going to hit you hard. We're going to hit you very hard. And the jail time, if we can get you jail time, oh, I'm going to push for jail time, definitely. And the judge sits there and says, Mr. Bird, would you like to basically file criminal charges? Believe me, the answer will be yes. There will be no plea deals of any kind whatsoever. We're going to hit you as hard as we possibly can. When we put you down, you will stay down. Do you understand? Those who have made these statements already, your life is over. It's just forget it. Don't even bother planning for the future. You don't have one now. This is what I was trying to warn you about when I told you my stuff is tested. We can go anywhere we want. We could do that demonstration anywhere I want. I've had to do that demonstration multiple times because that question comes up quite a lot. So consider the fact that anyone we've made a statement about suing you, don't plan for the future. You don't have one now. Your future is going to be sitting in a courtroom with my lawyers deciding on how much time we're going to sit you into a jail cell and how much money you're going to have to pay my company at the end of the day for making false statements about my business. Good luck. You're going to need it. Trust me when I say this. You are definitely going to need it. Now, with that being said, we learned 2 things in this video demonstration. Did I ever show this demonstration before? Oh, heck no. We never showed it. We do these tests all the time, but I've never done this one before. You know why? Because I like to make sure people do the dumbest things we could possibly think of so I can show them how badly we're going to hang them in a courtroom. This is how bad it's going to get for you, gentlemen. All right, so making statements that our products were scams and were rip-offs and stuff like that, this is going to cost you a lot of money. And if you don't have the money, then I will take your time. Because you do have that. And that's something we can take from you. Okay, I'm glad we had this nice conversation. Oh. Now, man, I have to come here and flex on people like this all the time. Like, seriously, we gotta embarrass people like this all the time? Gee whiz, this is unbelievable how bad we have to beat the crap out of people sometimes. It's what we do. It's what we do. So, next time some YouTuber pops on and talking about, I can make black paint. Yeah, you can't make it because you don't have the skill level to make it. Because this is what happened to Smarter Surfaces when we tested their stuff. We had the same reaction. I got it recorded, it's documented. We done went through their stuff already. So if you're buying black technology, you only buy from us because our stuff is tested today. Everybody else, you can't back your stuff up. And again, if I decide to get the crazy notion to challenge your company in court and you can't pull that off, you're in a lot of trouble. So if you're selling it, you better make sure all your stuff shows timestamps that all your stuff was tested. If you don't have any testing this stuff, we're going to clean your clock in court. Topper's just sitting there chilling like, who we crushing today, Daddy-O? Oh, you know, the usual crush. The usual crush. Now, I got some business to take care of today. I just thought I'd give you some, food for thought. So when I see you in the courtroom, how bad it's going to be for you. Don't get attached to your stuff. I'm just saying it right now. You owe me a lot of money. Now, for customers at the end of the day, that goes to show you exactly what you are getting yourself into. And this is the reason why when Mr. Bird sits here on camera and tells you not to buy these products because they're fakes, they're scams, they're rip-offs. This is why we tell you this. And this is why when they do something like this and you get ripped off, and we showed you at the end of the day, Danny's a scam artist. Oh, Danny, you want to take me to court on that? On saying you're a scam artist? Please do. You know where I live at. Send documents. I'm still waiting for the first ones. The reason why you're a scam artist because gain range doesn't exist. I'll see you in court for that. Can't wait for that one. Your products, yeah, they don't work, man, at all. And what I just seen in your demonstration, you couldn't even get the screen to turn black. At least that black paint can turn black. Your screen was gray. Couldn't even get the screen to turn black. And then magically in other videos, it turns black. So which one is it? And he doesn't even know. Anyway, and Jamie's product, well, come on. We got dozens of videos of this stuff matching house paint. Heck, I got a box over there called the refusal. Posted the tracking number. We're choosing him that all his products are the same thing. It's just black and white paint. You got charged for something that he claimed to be something special. It was nothing but black and white paint. Literally made out of $11 worth of hobby paint. He couldn't even do the demonstration. He sent it back. So that tells you right there, you got ripped off. Including the church, who we did the screen for, ripped them off too. Anyway, so there's that. All right, well, that's basically about it. Enjoy your embarrassment, gentlemen. That humble pie has got to be a lot to swallow down. Make sure you got a lot of milk. You don't want to choke in the process of it all. Next time you decide to do a demonstration and claim that my product's nothing more than black paint, be extremely careful. By the way, we know exactly where two of you live at right now, so you'll be receiving lawsuits from our attorneys. With that being said, see you later. Man, talk about dropping the mic.